Hi everyone, it's Liz from Liz's Paper Loft, and I have been asked to show how I use my burlap that I sell in my boutique and how I attach it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a card and fairly quickly, try to anyway, and I'm going to use my burlap, and this is 2.5 inch burlap, loose burlap, and I believe this is white, and then this is 1 millimeter hemp twine. And it comes in 16 other colors. And I'm going to use my Creative Times scallop and stitch circle dies along with all around everything sentiments. And then I'm going to use Teresa Collins fabrication paper, which I just love. And I think the idea of putting the burlap with this beautiful paper is, I just think it's the elegant and the rustic combined, and it's just, I think it's beautiful. It's my favorite look right now. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I've already gotten my pieces all together, so I'm just going to go ahead and get them all attached. And bear with me a little bit because my zip dry is old. Well, not old, but it's at the bottom of the barrel and it gets a little clogged. And I should have had this prepared for you first. And it's still not ready. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. Oh, oh. Did you hear my dog? That's my puppy. That's Sophia. She's a little rescue dog that we just recently got, and she is either by my side or my daughter's side. And I think I was out of the frame, and I apologize for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this. And I, believe it or not, I am not inking today. Oh my goodness, I just realized I had no intentions of inking. That's so unlike me. But I think the paper's aged well enough as it is that you don't need to ink. And, oh, here's the whole magic. I use pretty much any glue stick that you want. And I just... You can see I've already used it on other things, and I just wipe it all over it. And the reason why I use glue stick is because it dries clear. So don't use purple. I know some of the 3M comes in purple, and I think you'll be okay. I haven't had an issue with it, and I'm going to go ahead and just place that here, except I have glue on my hands now. My faithful baby wipes. I have to have baby wipes. Okay. So let's go ahead and just put that down and try to get it as even as you can. You know, it is a natural fiber, so it's going to move and it's not going to be perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. And then you just stick it down. It's really quite easy. Oops, those are the wrong scissors. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the excess. You can hear my dog walking around. We've only had her for about 6 or 7 weeks, and she's a rescue dog, and definitely was not the dog I would have picked, but we had her in our home for a reason, and then we just decided not to give her up. We were doing some community service, and we decided not to give her up back. So we kept her, but she's a rescue, and she's also a special needs dog. She doesn't have, her back legs don't bend, and weirdly enough, they're also not attached in the hip joints, so the only thing holding them up is the muscle and tendons, but you'd never know it. She gets around crazy, and she's a fast dog. I'm not used to a fast dog. So she just goes crazy and very nosy, wants to be in everyone's business. Okay, so enough about my dog. Okay, so then I cut 3 little strips of paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them, I think I'm going to cut angles. I'm not sure. Oops, that's not very even. There. I'm not sure where that one's going yet. That one needs to be shorter, I think. We'll see. And then I'll cut another angle. And I think that one needs to be there. And then I think this one's going to be longer. Yeah, because I'm going to do a teal button in the center, you'll see. This is going to just be a quick little get well card, or a thinking of you card. That's what it is, a thinking of you. We have a lot of friends right now that are having just stuff going on in their life, and so I want her to know that I'm thinking of her. So anyway, you get the idea of what it's going to look like already. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this one down, and then for this I'm just going to use zip dry because you only need to attach a little bit. But the glue stick you really want all over the burlap, and that's why I don't want to use zip dry, because for one thing, zip dry is too expensive, and I haven't tested it. Oops, this is really clogged. This happened to me. This happened to me last video. There we go. Okay, so, oh, what does she have now? Bear with me a second. Oh, she found a glue stick. Lovely. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead. Now I'm going to use the purple. Oh, I so love this paper that Teresa Collins came up with and designed. So happy. Okay. Go ahead and put that one there. And then I think that one's going to overlap just a little bit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I think I forgot to get top dots down. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this one. Sorry, went out of view. Put that one there. Slide that one there, slide that one there. There. Actually, I think I want that red one a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little trouble there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp these, and hopefully my head doesn't get in the way. And I use my Creative Times mouse pad, but I turn it this way because, I don't know, I have trouble seeing when I'm stamping. I like the darker background. So, go ahead and ink this up. And hopefully I won't be in the camera. I'm going to move out of the way for just a second. Oops, and I went off the edge. Let's see how badly. Oh, actually not too bad. You know what? I think I can get away with it. So it's going to go there. Use my baby wipe. Clean it. Oops, sorry. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto there. Okay, and then I have a little button. You know what? This is all. I'm going to trim this off before I go any further. There we go. Okay, and then I have a little twine I'm going to put in here. Okay, so when you are doing twine, I know some people just put their buttons on and let it be. I like the buttons to look like they've been sewn and finished. So what you do is if you want your bow on top, you start with your bow, let me start again. If you want your bow on top, you thread it through the top. And you thread it through one corner. And then when you come back up, you come up on a side. So then you cross over like this. Now this may seem like really elementary, but you know what? Some people don't get it. And I think they like to be taught, and they don't want to ask the question because, you know, some people just don't want to ask questions, but they really like the idea of it being taught. So then you cross over and do your bow. And the cute thing about it is it looks like it's been sewn on. Now you could go crossways, but whatever you do, just make it the same. You know, if you're going to go, don't go up and then kitty corner. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if you guys can hear that barking, but that's my wonderful little Sophia. I have no idea what she's barking at. It's probably a fly. Okay. So I'm going to use a glue dot to hold that. Actually, that sounds more like a cat she's barking at. Oh, and the other thing I learned about glue dots, now this, see now how that's sideways, or you know, over each other, that's fine too. That would be cute if you wanted that to be your top. See? That would be cute too. It just, whatever you do, you don't want it this way and angled. You want to make sure it's one or the other. Anyway, I figured out about glue dots, and everyone may know this, but I just figured this out recently. Have you ever tried sticking a glue dot on and then you go to pick it off and it stays, oops, that one went off really easy, but it comes back off on the plastic? Hold your thumb there for a minute, give it some warmth. It actually will melt off the plastic, and then when you peel it off, it's so much easier. Okay, I don't know. That's probably really easy, but I just figured that out. Okay, so I want that to be my top because it's stamped nicer, and it's, there you go. So I'm going to go like that, and then hold that down for a second, and then just use some, I'm going to use some pop-up dots to hold it on. And I think I don't want real thick ones. I think I want the thinner ones. I'm just going to use 2. Oops. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick that there. That's it. A really cute, quick card. And no Cricut. Believe me, I love my Cricut. But I also like that I can just make a card fairly easy. I didn't have to pull out my mats. Like I said, I love my Cricut, and right now I have no intention of going another direction. But sometimes it's just nice to make the card and be done with it. There you go. So that's it. This is Liz from Liz's Paper Loft, and I hope you have a great night. Thanks. Bye-bye.